Welcome to Audit Archive, where we run you through some of the most questionable and rather atrocious police encounters. Today, we're looking at a case where an off-duty cop used his police badge to try and escape arrest after getting caught driving while under the influence of alcohol. Watch as he unintentionally incriminates himself at the end. On April 14, 2023, a trooper of the Ohio State Highway Patrol was out on patrol duty when he spotted a vehicle speeding on Interstate 275 in Union Township, Ohio. The trooper clocked the driver going 80 miles per hour in a 65 mile per hour zone and immediately pursued the vehicle in order to initiate a traffic stop. The driver is 25-year-old Justin Shields, a Cincinnati Police Department District 4 officer who had been working with the department for around a year and a half at that point. As seen in the body cam footage, when the trooper approached the vehicle, Mr. Shields had already pulled out his license along with his police badge and immediately presented them to the trooper. It's to be pointed out that Mr. Shields especially emphasized his occupation as an officer by constantly flashing his badge, presumably hoping to be treated differently and potentially be let go without a ticket for his speeding. However, speeding was not the only concern here. The trooper could smell a distinct odor of alcohol coming from Mr. Shields, so he promptly asked Mr. Shields if he had anything to drink that night. In response to this, Mr. Shields implied that he was completely sober and fit to drive. Then, after briefly inspecting Mr. Shields' eyes, the trooper ordered him out to make sure he wasn't under the influence of alcohol.
Hello. How are you? Got you stopped your speed.
My bad, bro. I appreciate it. Cincinnati.
Okay. Anything to drink tonight?
Nope.
Mind if I check your eyes out?
Yes, sir.
All right, bring your head out here just a little bit.
Okay.
Follow, tip my finger with your eyes on it. Over
Yep.
Man, how much you had to drink?
Literally nothing. I took my friend home.
All right, I'm gonna get you out and make sure you're okay to drive.
Okay.
Step on out. You know your tags are expired as well?
I know that already. I work for Cincinnati.
You work for Cincinnati and you got
I
expired tags?
showed you my badge.
I know, but I'm saying you work for Cincinnati and you drive around with expired tags? How long you work for him?
About a year and a half. I started when I graduated college.
This is a good time to analyze the legality of the trooper's actions. In the Supreme Court case of Pennsylvania v. Mims, it was ruled that the police could tell drivers to exit their vehicles as long as it happened during a reasonable traffic stop. While keeping this in mind, the trooper here had the legal right to have Mr. Shields step out of his vehicle for the suspicion of driving under the influence, even though the initial stop was due to speeding. Regardless, soon after stepping out of his vehicle, Mr. Shields displayed some unusual behavior that made it more obvious that he was likely under the influence of alcohol. Watch as he assumed that the trooper was already conducting a field sobriety test when he was simply asked to walk over to the trooper's patrol vehicle. Then, as he walked to the patrol vehicle, the trooper mentioned that he was going to start the test with the HGN. This refers to the horizontal gaze nystagmus, which is a test that checks the eyes for involuntary jerking, which usually hints that the subject is under the influence.
College.
All right. I'm gonna have you walk to the passenger side of my vehicle.
You said walk to the back?
Yes,
This side? What do you want me to start?
Just walk back there. Just walk.
Just walk?
Yeah, normal.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you were doing the step test or whatever.
No, I'm gonna do HGN first, and we'll go from there. Just stand by my front tire there. Where do you live at?
You said what?
Where do you live at?
I'm literally going home. I dropped my friend off.
Okay.
We're at my friend's house.
Okay. Cool.
Now, before an officer initiates the HGN, they are usually entitled to ask the subject a few questions for contextual purposes. Certain factors such as wearing contacts or suffering injuries could hinder the officer's judgment, so they usually clear these ambiguities out beforehand. In this case, Mr. Shields claimed that his neck and knees were hurting. The trooper acknowledged this and then proceeded with the test. It's to be noted that during the HGN, officers generally look for horizontal jerking in the subject's eyes at different positional locations. This is paired with a few other cues also.
All right, just stand right here. Face out towards me. All right, have you followed tip this pen with your eyes only? Don't move your head at all, okay? Do you have any recent head, neck, or back injuries?
My neck hurts, yes.
Your neck hurts? Do you have any issues with your knees? Ankles,
My
or
knees
anything?
hurt, yes, too. Yes, sir.
Take any prescriptions?
No, sir.
Seen a doctor for anything?
No, sir.
Glasses or contacts?
Nope.
Diabetic or epileptic?
Nope.
All right. Follow tip this pen with your eyes only. Don't move your head at all. Don't move your head. at any time.
You said what, sir?
You can blink at any time.
Okay. Okay.
You know the process, man. I gotta hold it out there for so long.
I know the process. Like, I know it.
All right. So you know I gotta hold it out there for so
Yep.
long. So just stay with me. Keep moving your head. Just keep it straight, man.
It's the light. Like, I'm sorry.
I'm trying to keep the light out of your eyes.
Okay.
Just follow through the pen, all right?
Yep. I literally live like 15, 20 minutes away.
Okay. How much you had to drink tonight?
Literally nothing.
Nothing at all?
No, sir.
All right.
Me and my friend were at my boy's house, and I dropped him off just now.
Okay.
And I was literally taking me and my girl home. That's literally it.
As seen in the body cam footage, Mr. Shields was told not to move his head during the test, but failed to do so multiple times. He blamed the flashlight for his head movement, which simply made no sense. At this point, it would be foolish to assume that Mr. Shields was sober. His eyes were not stable at all, his speech was slurred, and he had the odor of alcohol on him. So, right after the HGN, the trooper asked Mr. Shields one last time if he had anything to drink, but Mr. Shields continued to deny it. In response, the trooper gave Mr. Shields an easy opportunity to prove that he was sober, asking him if he'd be okay with taking a portable breath test. However, Mr. Shields immediately refused and told the trooper that he could call his sergeant on the scene instead. This yet again hinted that Mr. Shields was definitely drunk, since the sober individual would be more than happy to prove his innocence by taking a breath test on the scene. To make himself look even worse, Mr. Shields offered the trooper to let him go with just a speeding ticket. Despite this unethical offer, the trooper stated that he'd be conducting a few more field sobriety tests anyways, but Mr. Shields still refused. Now, since the trooper was out of options and likely had sufficient evidence to make an arrest, he ordered Mr. Shields to place his hands behind his back. Then, suddenly, Mr. Shields had a change of plans and finally agreed to take the other tests in fear of being arrested.
So nothing to drink at all?
No, sir.
So if you pull in a portable breath test, it'd be triple
I
zeros.
refuse all that. You can call your sergeant if you want to.
I don't need to call my sergeant.
I'm just saying. But like, literally have had nothing to drink.
Nothing to drink, then it would be triple zeros,
Nothing.
right?
Me and you both know how it goes.
I know how it goes.
Yeah, me too.
And you've been drinking.
I have not.
You have. I can still smell it on you as you're talking to me.
You cannot smell anything on me.
I can
I can
smell it on
smell gum because I've had gum.
No, I can smell a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage.
You cannot.
I can't.
Okay.
Why would I make it up? Why would I pull you out of the car?
I have no idea. I was speeding. Yes, if you want to earn me a speeding ticket and ticket for my registration being expired, fine. That's fine.
Okay. But you're not willing a portable breath test?
No, sir.
I want to put you through some more tests.
I refuse.
You refuse? Go ahead and turn around.
What test?
Turn around.
I will do the test.
So you want to do the test now?
I will do the test.
After this, Mr. Shields asked the trooper why he was being put through this entire ordeal, implying that he expected the trooper to simply let him go just because he was a fellow officer. However, the trooper had the integrity and honesty to fulfill his rightful duties as a member of law enforcement and made it clear to Mr. Shields that he was just doing his job. Then, Mr. Shields displayed the same unusual behavior as before. Watch as he assumed yet again that the trooper was immediately initiating another test. But all the trooper did was ask Mr. Shields to walk in front of the patrol vehicle for better lighting.
I really just want to meet.
Why are you trying to? You know how this goes.
I know how it goes. That's why I'm asking you why you're doing this. Like I want to get
because I smell alcohol. I'm doing my job.
Okay, I will do it. Do you want me to walk on the line?
No, just don't walk away. I'm talking to you right here.
I started the line right here.
You want to walk on the crack of this line right here.
Whatever you want me to do.
That is obviously uneven pavement. No, I'm gonna have you walk in front of my car.
Okay, that's fine.
Walk up here.
How many steps?
Walk up. Just walk.
Regular? Not one foot in front of the other?
No, I'll explain it when you get up here. I'm gonna have you walk towards my car.
Okay, so just walk regular.
Yes, that's what I just said. You're not listening.
No, I know how it goes.
Stop right there.
That's why I asked.
Turn towards my car.
Okay.
All right. So can you imagine the line going from here to my patrol car?
Can I? Yes, I will use this line right here.
This line right here.
This black line that's like double.
Yes, sir, you can. Yes,
okay.
you can do that.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to get you in starting position. Stay in that position until I tell you to start the test.
Okay, yes, sir.
All right, go ahead and put your left foot on the line with your right foot in front, touching heel toe. With your right foot in front, touching heel toe.
Right foot in front? Okay.
Heel toe. Arms out at your side. Stay in that position until I tell you to start. What you're going to do is take 9 heel toe steps down the line.
I don't know if I can take 9 steps, but I will try.
They're going to be heel to toe steps. You'll be able to take 9 heel toe steps, all right? Unless you got Shaquille O'Neal's feet, you'll be fine. And they don't look like Shaquille O'Neal's feet. So 9 heel toe steps down that line. Once you get down that line, you're going to keep your lead foot on the ground. Take a series of small steps, turn around, and take 9 heel toe steps back. I'll demonstrate it for you. The whole time you do it, you'll count your steps out loud. Stay looking down at your feet. Keep your arms out at your sides. And once you start the test, do not stop. It's going to look just like so. You're going to go 1, 2, 3. I took 3 steps. You're going to take 9. Keep the lead foot on the ground. Series of small steps, turn around, 9 heel toe steps back the other way. 1, 2, 3. I took 3 steps. You're going to take 9.
Yes, sir.
You understand everything?
Yes, sir.
The exercise Mr. Shields was asked to complete is known as the walk and turn, which is another field sobriety test. However, this test is a much more effective one, as it gives an officer numerous different clues to look for. To be specific, it stated that there are 8 clues associated with the walk and turn test. 2 can be assessed in the instructional stage, where the subject either starts too soon or loses balance, and the remaining 6 in the walking stage, where the subject misses heel to toe, steps off the line, uses arms to maintain balance, stops while walking, takes too many steps, or makes an improper turn. Now, as Mr. Shields started to take his initial 9 steps, it appeared as if he was doing pretty well. Yes, there were instances where the foot placement was out, but nothing seemed too bad. Then, during the 9 steps back, Mr. Shields completely lost balance on his feet and almost fell over. This was a very clear signal that Mr. Shields was certainly under the influence of alcohol.
It's okay. You can go ahead and begin the test.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can I come back now?
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
All right.
The officer proceeded to the third and final field sobriety test, known as the one-leg stand. In this exercise, there are 5 general clues that officers look for. These include swaying, using arms to balance, hopping, putting the foot down, or failing to perform the test as a whole. As expected, Mr. Shields failed this test too, almost falling over yet again. At this point, it became clear that Mr. Shields was very drunk and certainly not fit to be sitting behind the wheel.
Turn towards my car. Feet together. Arms out at your sides. Same thing, don't start until I tell you to. What you're gonna do is raise either foot off the ground 6 inches. You're gonna keep your legs straight with your toes pointed out. The whole time you do it, you're gonna count in this manner. 1001, 1002, 1003, so on and so forth until I tell you to stop. As you know, the test lasts 30 seconds. I time it with my watch.
Okay.
The whole time you do it, you'll count in the manner I just instructed. You'll stay looking down at the foot that you have raised, and you'll keep your arms out at your sides.
Yes, sir.
It's gonna look just like so, either foot you like. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. See how my legs straight?
Yep.
Toes pointed out, arms out at your sides. Do that the whole time, okay?
Let me know when you're ready.
Do you understand the instructions?
I understand.
All right, you can go to begin test.
1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010, 1011, 1012, 1013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 1024, 1025, 1026. I can't, my balance is off.
All right, now you can stop. That's 30 seconds.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Good.
Finally, after giving Mr. Shields all the possible chances out there to prove his sobriety, the trooper placed him under arrest for driving under the influence. Interestingly, while the trooper was placing Mr. Shields in handcuffs, he asked him a series of questions that ultimately led to Mr. Shields admitting that he had been drinking that night, effectively incriminating himself.
Put your hands behind your back.
Are you serious right
Yes,
now?
sir. You're under arrest for operating vehicle impaired. Put your palms together. Bring your arms back. Do you need another set?
What'd you say?
Do you need 2 sets on?
No, I don't.
You don't?
I don't.
Take your watch off and put it in your pocket for me.
This is a Rolex.
All right, put it in your pocket. I don't want any possession of your Rolex. Palms together. So that's your girlfriend?
Yeah.
She been drinking too?
No.
Just you?
Yep.
All right.
Well, I haven't been drinking, but
You just said you were.
my friend's been drinking. I got confused with the question. I have
Pretty
not been drinking
straightforward.
whatsoever.
All right, is this too tight?
No.
All right.
That night, Mr. Shields was booked into jail and charged with DUI and speeding. However, he later pleaded not guilty to both charges in court on April 21, 2023. Then, 3 days after this, Cincinnati Police Department spokesperson, Lieutenant Jonathan Cunningham, confirmed that Mr. Shields is still currently an officer at the department, but his police powers have been temporarily suspended pending the outcome of the case. He added that Mr. Shields has instead been currently assigned to an administrative assignment. As of the date of this recording, Mr. Shields is still stationed at the Cincinnati Police Department, and no further updates have been provided as the case is still pending an outcome. Be sure to check out our previous video where we cover another outrageous police encounter